This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
I understand it. You know, that the attendance part hurts because I do feel an obligation. I want our fans. There's so many good people. You know, I walked in today with Talbot Todd, and, you know, I want to make guys like that proud, you know, of our program and our team, and it hurts.
An electric Commonwealth Stadium atmosphere Saturday night vanished after a 25-point halftime lead eroded. Kentucky ran just 14 second-half plays. 14. Repeat, 14. Southern Mississippi finished with 95 total plays themselves. A season-opening loss that is a potential season ruiner. The Wildcats looked as if they had everything going. 5 first-half touchdowns, 4 of them through the air via Drew Barker. But Southern Miss came out in the third quarter, racked up 12 first downs, and scored 21 points. A lot of the Big Blue Nation's hearts are broke today, and the Cats know that, but they're only listening to a few people after this loss.
We're really confident in our guys. We got a lot of good players on our team, and you know, we just got to come together as a unit and not really worry about those external distractions or what anybody's saying about us. You know, other than, you know, really the only opinions that matter in this room and our family. So just kind of keep it at that.
All right, the only thing the Cats can do now is move on. Big game in the Swamp this coming Saturday versus Florida. You might even say a win in Gainesville would end the Big Blue depression. Long week ahead. They still have 11 chances, though, to win football games.
It's a long season. This is only one game out of the 12. You know, I mean, it sucks. It hurts. No one wants to lose, but it happens. And like I said, we got to deal with it and just be able to recover and get better from whatever that we see on film that caused us not to be able to be successful in the second half.
All right, now 4 true freshmen played last night for the Cats, including Kash, the former Paintsville star, played all of his time on special teams, so he did not want to necessarily comment on things he did not have control of in the game. And while he hurts along with the rest of his team, he knows there is nothing they can do but move on.
It just hurts, you know, all the work that you put in, you know, it just hurts. But, you know, we're not, like I said, we're not going to dwell on it. You know, the game's been played. Scoreboard's got a final score out there. It's over with. Now we got to move on to get ready to go to the Swamp.
All right, you heard from the players. Now let's hear from the coaches. Perhaps Mark Stoops' worst loss since he has been at Kentucky. Going back to the last game last year against Louisville, the Cats have been outscored 65-0 in the second half. And with the possibility of starting the season 0-2, there was already a sense that not a lot of fans will be at that next home game when the Cats play New Mexico State September 17th.
It won't affect me in the job, but I do. I understand it. People do a lot. It's not easy to come to a football game. There's crowds and there's people, and you got to get here early, and it's a long day, and there's a lot of other things they can do. So we need them. I ask them not to bail on us because this football team's got a lot of good games in them. And but you know, it does hurt. You know, when you get it teed up and you got a big game like that, and you're playing very, very well, and you lose it. You know, you understand, you know, that it comes with the territory.
While former Kentucky offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson was down on the sidelines, current Kentucky defensive coordinator DJ Eliot coached against his former co-worker from the box. First half, all good, a couple interceptions. Defensive line was even playing good, and then they were not. The Golden Eagles gashed the Cats for 262 yards on the ground.
You know, we gave up a couple shots in coverage, mainly just on busted coverages. You know what I mean? A couple of those shots were busted coverages. But you know, the main thing is that the run defense. I had hoped that we would have played better run defense.
You kind of look beat yourself. Are you beating yourself up right now in your mind?
This is how I feel after every loss. You know what I mean? Every loss is I feel the same as I do after every loss. Every loss is tough, and you know what I mean? You got to look and see what you could have done better, you know what I mean? And we all got to see what we could do better and get better at it.
All right, let's go back to sophomore quarterback Drew Barker for a sec. Positive news here. He hit a few milestones Saturday night, had career highs in passing yards with 323 and touchdowns with 4. He is the first UK quarterback to throw 4 touchdowns and a half since Andre Woodson in 2007 versus Florida. And speaking of the Gators, chomp, here we go. We'll see if the Cats can end a 29-game losing streak to the Florida Gators. That might help or even solve the Big Blue depression amongst the fans. 3:30 kick time Saturday right here on WYMT. And one last note tonight, former Kentucky Wildcat and current Pittsburgh Steeler Bud Dupree was placed on the injured reserve list today. Bud tweeted this out this evening. Speedy recovery, God got me. Per new NFL rules, a player on the IR list must miss 8 weeks total before being eligible to play. Well, tomorrow we will have more from Mark Stoops as he meets with the media again, and then we will also have a new episode of Chalk Talk with former Kentucky quarterback Freddie Maggard, which is definitely something to look forward to. He has been tweeting away his thoughts about Kentucky's loss over the weekend. That's sports, and we'll be back.